Hi everybody, it's me Kieran from Not Just Travel, and I'm here with this week's travel update. Today we're going to be quickly talking about what's popular and trending right now. We're talking about Disney and what's happening with Disney travel. I've got a quick cruise update, and I'm also going to be chatting to you quickly about the latest with Airbridges. So the first thing I want to chat about this week is kind of what's popular at the moment. What are people booking? What are people interested in? The good thing for us, at least anyway, is we're noticing that more and more people are actually interested in booking now. With the kind of quarantine restrictions looking to be going away in the next couple of weeks, or at least reducing quite heavily, there has been a peak in kind of bookings and inquiries. So that's great for us. What that means for you guys is that travel is going to start to kind of get booked up now. So if you are kind of open to the idea of traveling this summer, possibly for a summer holiday or between now and Christmas at least anyway, you probably need to think about that sooner rather than later. What we're noticing is there's a big surge in kind of people interested in staycations. So if you're looking to kind of go away to somewhere like Butlins, Haven, you're looking for like a lodge break for a week, or to go away somewhere in the United Kingdom for a week or two over particularly the summer holidays, those holidays are selling really fast. Incredibly fast. We've noticed something like there's one booking for a UK staycation every 11 seconds at the moment. So obviously people are keen to go away and keen to kind of have a break, but by booking in the UK they don't have to worry about traveling abroad or dealing with kind of potential quarantine situations. So if you are in the mindset to kind of have a staycation, definitely have a chat to us sooner rather than later, because those holidays are selling out quick. As for kind of what destinations people are booking for kind of this summer holidays, what they're willing to kind of take a chance on, Spain, as always, is really popular. Greece is a really popular destination as well. So is France. So they're kind of the big popular destinations. We've also noticed that a lot of people are booking cruise holidays as well. So people are kind of interested in the possibility of being able to get to places like Spain or Northern Europe, but doing it from a cruise ship that departs and returns to the UK. So again, you don't have to worry about an airport, or you don't have to worry about travelling. You kind of just drive to the cruise terminal, get the ship and leave. Obviously now a lot of those cruises are more for next year rather than this year, because pretty much across the board the cruise season kind of looks like it's going to be stopping till at least September. So kind of Clear in America, which is the Cruise Line International Association, have put a kind of voluntary suspension on all cruises until September this year, which all the major cruise lines have opted into. Some have gone a little bit longer, but in general it looks like we're not going to be going on any cruise ships at least until September or beyond. But I'll have an update on cruises for you kind of when we've got a better picture of kind of when ships will start sailing again. Cruise is incredibly popular at the moment. I think it's actually taken the travel industry by surprise how popular cruise has been. Generally at the beginning of kind of the coronavirus outbreak, they were at the centre of kind of the news and the media coverage of kind of the coronavirus outbreak. Now, I personally think that was a kind of really unfair. A lot of the situation was more a case of countries didn't want to accept passengers who possibly may have coronavirus because they didn't want to be the ones responsible for any possible treatment. Now, the reality of the situation is cruise lines are probably one of the most hygienic places you can travel to, if I'm being honest. Every cruise we've done, we've always been blown away by just how clean and hygienic those ships are. They're generally out pressure washing the deck every night. They're cleaning down handrail banisters throughout the day. There's so many crew, because they're on the crew and they work pretty much all day, all around the day, and they've just got more availability to keep on top of cleaning and maintenance. So honestly, cruise ships are immaculate, and I would very happily take a cruise tomorrow and have very few concerns about kind of catching any major illness, just because their hygiene standards are so high. The great thing about cruising, particularly from the UK, we have a really big cruise industry of kind of cruise ships that do kind of cruise around the UK, but also cruise from the UK and go to places like the Mediterranean, the Baltic region. So, and you've also got transatlantic options actually as well. So you can get from the UK to North America quite easily and quite regularly, various different cruise lines. And the great thing about cruising is there is a cruise for every type of person. So whether you're somebody who wants kind of the more traditional type of cruise, so you're looking for kind of formal seating arrangements, you kind of want to have theatre shows and kind of go for more what you would associate with kind of the traditional image of cruising, there are cruise lines that absolutely cater for that. Possibly if you're a family and you're looking to cruise, there are cruise lines as well that specialise in catering to more kind of the modern day family. So they've kind of, their staterooms are more fitting for kind of family setups and layouts. hangouts. But then also they've got amazing kids club. Obviously Disney is the leader when it comes to kind of family cruising, but then you've also got people like MSC who've got partnerships with the Lego, so they've got kind of Lego themed activities and characters walking around the ship as well. So it is kind of, you know, definitely cruise lines available out there if you are into more kind of your traditional all-inclusive holiday. Have a chat to us. We know loads of great cruise lines that have things like, you know, water slides. The Wave Rider, obviously on Royal Caribbean, is really popular. You can do rock climbing. There are just really great activities that you can do that are all included in your kind of cruise fare, and you can sail from Southampton to the Mediterranean, and either get off there and fly back, or there are itineraries where you can kind of sail to the Mediterranean and then sail back to the UK and never have to fly as well. Great thing about cruising, you pack as much as you want because you don't have to worry about kind of your suitcase luggage, and you unpack once. You unpack once at the beginning of the sailing, and then every port you arrive into, every country, you're already unpacked because you sleep on the ship, and the ship travels overnight, so you arrive every day in a new port, ready for some new adventures, to explore some new great destinations and just have a great time. I've just posted on our Not Just Travel Cruising McKeown and Phil page. There are some great cruise offers, so I'll link them down below so you can have a little look at them. One particular highlight was kind of 5 days in the Costa del Sol, and then there's like a 9-day sailing as well at the back of that as well, so a really great kind of land and sea package. So that's also an option. You could do 7 days at land, 7 days at sea, so a whole world of adventure is out there if you're interested in cruise holidays. So please do give us a chat if that's something you're thinking about. Just want to quickly touch upon Disney. Obviously Disney's a big passion for me, and we do have our other page as well called Magical Traveller, which is dedicated purely to Disney travel. Great news is Disneyland Paris have announced that they're going to start opening from July 15th next month. So what that means is it is a phased opening. They are currently only opening one hotel, which is the Newport Bay. People who've got bookings that have been affected at the other hotels are being moved to the Newport Bay, and they are kind of putting social distance measures in place, and there's obviously restrictions on kind of how many people can go on any one ride or any one time, so it's not going to be kind of straight back to normal. There is definitely a phased approach to kind of getting the parks up and running again. But if you are looking for a Disneyland package holiday for kind of this year or the beginning of next year, have a chat to us. We are an approved Disneyland Paris supplier, so we can get you some great prices, some great rates on that. Great thing about Disneyland Paris as well is it's very close to the centre of central Paris, so if you are looking to kind of do a cultural city break and then add on Disneyland and do maybe 2-3 nights there, that's a great option as well. One thing as well that's really unique, and I'm not sure many people know about with Disneyland Paris, they do have kind of a sister park next door to it called Village Nature, which is a Center Parcs resort. So ultimately, if you're a big fan of Center Parc breaks, what you can do is you can kind of have 2 days or 3 days in Village Nature, get to experience kind of the lagoon parks and kind of all the natural wonder that they've got surrounding that area, but then add on 2 days or 3 days as well to kind of your Disneyland package, and have 2-3 days at the Disney park as well. So really great family holiday if you are looking for kind of, you know, a bit of a relaxing, chill out adventure holiday where you go biking and, you know, all the usual activities you associate with somewhere like Center Parcs, but then add on the fun and frills of kind of a family holiday at Disneyland Paris as well. So that's definitely one to consider. Want to quickly touch upon Walt Disney World. I'm not sure if you're following the news at the moment, but Florida is kind of really struggling at the moment to contain the number of coronavirus cases, unfortunately. So what we've seen, and particularly today, well not today, yesterday now as they're filming this, TUI have announced that they are stopping all flights to Orlando up until the end of November. There are 2 reasons why they're doing this. In their eyes, they feel that Walt Disney World just isn't the experience that their customers would expect, obviously restrictions, and while this is nowhere near official, there is possible talk that if the Airbridges do come into place, America won't be on that list, just down to the sheer volume of outbreaks that are happening across the United States with regards to coronavirus. Obviously, this is all just rumours and speculation, but everything at the moment is pointing towards America may be closed off to us at least for the next couple of months. Just want to quickly touch on an update from Virgin Atlantic as well. I have got my iPad because there's a lot of dates in this. Virgin Atlantic have announced kind of when they're going to likely to be restarting their flights as well. So again, this isn't kind of, it doesn't mean that you can necessarily fly to these destinations, but this is Virgin announcing these are destinations where their flights will be starting back up to. With tying on from Disney, the big announcement there is that they will be flying to Orlando from August 24th, pending obviously official sign-off from kind of the American Centre for Disease Control, the CDC, but also advice from the FCO in the UK. So pending that they get the go-ahead from these bodies, they will be following to the following places: Hong Kong and New York from July 20th, Los Angeles on July 21st. They plan to fly to Barbados on August the 1st, and San Francisco and Shanghai August the 4th, Tel Aviv on August the 9th. Miami will start flying on August the 18th, Lagos on August the 23rd. The Heathrow to Atlanta flights are set to start up again on August 25th. And then September should see the resumption of services to Washington, Seattle, Las Vegas, Mumbai, Delhi, Johannesburg. And in October, flights to Montego Bay, Antigua, Grenada, Tobago. Manchester to Barbados service should also start around October time. Now again, obviously they're all subject to FCO guidance and FCO sign off, but just should give you an indication of what destinations should start to come available to us in the next couple of months and kind of what timeline they should be on. So following on from kind of flights and destinations that we may be able to travel to, I filmed this episode quite late on Friday night, just because I was waiting for the rumoured announcement or a rumoured leak of kind of what destinations will be included in the first round of Airbridges. As far as I could tell, they haven't been announced yet. The government are going to announce those on Monday. There's lots of different kind of rumours about which destinations will or won't be on there, whether it's going to be all of Europe, the Schengen area, or select destinations. So there's a lot of uncertainty about what these Airbridges will look like if they do go ahead. However, a brief list that did get announced at the beginning of this week, they're going to be done in phases. So the first phase will include countries like France, Italy, Spain, Greece and Germany. Those are likely to go online by July 4th. And then the second phase of countries or destinations added to that list are Denmark, Norway, Finland, Holland, and low-risk Caribbean islands. And then in the third category, you've got Vietnam, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Again, this article just says that the USA is unlikely to be open until November, and that was an article that was released in the Telegraph at the beginning of the week. Obviously, until it's official, we don't know for sure, but just to kind of let you know the conversations that are happening about possible countries that may or may not be open in the coming months. So one thing I just want to kind of add into that, if you are concerned about booking a destination because there is currently so much uncertainty about kind of where you can and can't go, have a chat to us or let us know, because we've got a kind of a group of suppliers who are working with us on something we call the Not Just Travel Book and Relax Guarantee. What this means is there's suppliers that we work with who give us some great flexibility on our bookings, so they allow us to kind of cancel or amend them at not last minute, but close to the holiday. So if for whatever reason you change your mind or you're not feeling confident about that destination, you can move it forward to a different date or to a different destination and not pay any penalty fees. One of the great things as well with our main trade partners, which is Hayes Travel, we've got access to kind of their really great flexible terms. So I posted a couple of cruise deals and a couple of deals in kind of the main page as well that offer £49 per person deposits if you pay your holiday off by direct debit. So for a family of 4, you could have a holiday deposited this year for £200 and spread the payments over the next 12 months until next summer, so kind of really help make that holiday for you as flexible as possible. They are also offering as well kind of up to 6 weeks before, if you do decide you don't want to go to that destination anymore, you can change completely free of charges. You just pay the difference in price for the new holiday wherever you decide to go. So definitely, you know, if you are concerned, have a chat to us about our Book and Relax guarantee. I'm sure that we can help you find a holiday that's covered by that little bubble of protection. I also just want to give a quick update on this week's episodes on the travel podcast. This week we've got 2 episodes. So the first of which is an episode about Baltimore. We've got Eric Masterson on the episode, who is the Director for Tourism for Visit Baltimore. So if anyone's going to know Baltimore, it's going to be him. He's offering up some great tips and advice on kind of where to get the best seafood, what sport and events you can see, and just the best way to get around the city. So definitely if you're a fan of kind of touring America, or you've ever kind of wondered what it's like to go to Baltimore, definitely check out that episode. They've also as well, in kind of light of obviously how popular staycations are, since our head office is based in Bournemouth, they have done an episode on Bournemouth as well. Obviously it's a beautiful seaside town. We did our training there when we kind of started off our journey with Not Just Travel, so we had a week in Bournemouth and we got to kind of experience a little bit of the seaside as well. So definitely a great town to kind of have a little go to. So check out that episode. They've offered kind of some great spa advice where to get kind of the best spa treatments and things like that in Bournemouth, so definitely give that a look as well. So guys, that's it for this week's travel update. I'm really warm at the moment because our house is still incredibly warm. We've had some great weather, so I hope you've had the chance to kind of get out into your gardens or your local park and just kind of enjoy the weather while we have it. Obviously, if you are still looking for travel inspiration, keep an eye on our Facebook pages. We've got obviously NJT, Kieran and Phil. We've got Cruising with Kieran and Phil, and we've also got Magical Traveller for all your Disney holidays. You can also find us over on Instagram as well. We're under Instagram as Magical Traveller, which is Magical TRVLR. Which is just my Disney page, and that's where I post all kind of really great pictures of Disney and some tips about kind of what to do at Disney. We've also got our NJT Instagram page as well, which is NJT Kieran and Phil over on Instagram. So please do give us a follow if you are a user of Instagram. The other thing I just want to touch upon as well is we are now kind of running our YouTube pages as well. So I've got 2 YouTube pages. One of them is kind of an old YouTube page that is dedicated to kind of my Disney stuff as well. So that is also under Magical Traveller. I don't have an exciting URL for them because you need to have so many hundreds of followers, and I'm not there yet. I'm not YouTube famous. But definitely if you search for kind of Magical Traveller or Kieran and Phil Not Just Travel on YouTube, you can get access to our YouTube pages. Kind of my plan is in the future, as we travel more and more, I'll be doing things like room tours, hotel tours, cruise ship tours, things like that as well. So you should hopefully then get kind of a lot of great content over time as that page grows. So again, if you're on those platforms, please do give us a subscribe. It does help us just because the more we grow on those pages, the more chance other people get to see our great content. Other than that, guys, as always, if you are interested in booking a holiday or you just want some kind of prices for your holidays, do check out our website and fill out the form there. It's kieranandphil.notjusttravel.com, or you can send us an email anytime at kieranandphil@notjusttravel.com. Other than that, have a great week. All the best. Bye.